What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Second Avenue Podcast. I'm your host, Jonathon and Elijah.
I'm your other host, Elijah Venencia. Let's kick it off with our weekly fantasy update. We got a big question that's been just we've been we'll save that for the end here. But how's your fantasy team doing this week?
Not too good. I've kind of just given up on the season. In my three leagues, I think I'm going to go 1-2 this week, which is it's whatever. The season's basically over for me. I am luckily getting a win in one of my money leagues, so maybe I'll make the playoffs in there. Whatever. I've kind of just cut my loss at this point. How are you doing?
Last I checked, I just took a little nap, but I was winning in both leagues. One league I'm like projected to win by like 50, and then so it's still carrying on there. And then the other league I'm projected to win by 8 now, so it's pretty tight there. Um, so we'll see what happens. A little nervous on this one. I'm only up by 8. I started Deshaun Watson this weekend. It's a big risk there and didn't pay off. So
It's tough. Yeah, I didn't see how he did. How many points did he end up with?
5.
I started Lamar Jackson in one of my leagues, so obviously, he's a guaranteed start no matter who he's playing or what your situation is, but to see him get hurt, that was tough.
Yeah, very unfortunate stuff there with Lamar being injured. Prayers up.
Prayers up. I think we got to get into this question before we get on the topic. The people got to know our answer to this question. You sent me a TikTok over the weekend, and it was two guys talking on TikTok. I've seen them all on my For You page. I think I follow them at this point because I've seen them so much. They do the little drafts. They do a whole bunch of stuff, but they did over-under on how many slices of pizza you've had in your lifetime. They set the line at 1,300 slices. I said, I will pound the over. I put my life on the over here. And you were thinking the same thing here. So you said, let's give our realistic guess to how many slices we've eaten in our lifetime during the episode this week. And I thought that was a great idea because I'm curious to see what your number is. I'm curious to hear from the people who are listening what their numbers are because 1,300, I think that's pretty low. I think that's rookie numbers. I think that's you hit 1,300 by like middle school. Easy.
No, for sure. And for me, I'm a picky eater, so frozen pizzas have been essential in my lifetime. And I really feel like I underestimated here. And I worked at 2 pizza restaurants. I'd burn a pizza, eat that bitch. Just whatever, scamming the company. But so I had a chance to eat a pizza every day, and I probably at the time of my life between ages 16 through like 19, I was eating a frozen pizza daily, and I'd still say it's 3 or 4 times a week, probably more than that. So what went into my we're going by slice, regular slice. It doesn't matter the sizing, anything like that. And I feel like I really lowballed it here. So I'd say I eat 18 slices a week.
Whoa.
That'd be about 3 frozen pizzas. I cut them to 6s. I don't know how you
So
cut them.
it depends. If I'm planning to eat the whole thing, probably 4s, but 8s typically,
Mhm.
depending on the
Okay.
brand as well.
Yeah. So, and then so also square slices. We count square slices. 4 square slices is going to count into one actual slice. I feel like 18. So 18 over the past 8 years, I'd say 8 years of my life. Since growing up, where I kind of could choose what I wanted to eat and everything, and it would always be frozen pizza. So with that there, with just the 8 years, it was 7,500. And then,
Whoa.
and I feel like that's lowballing it, honestly. And then for the first, I went with 10 years of my life because I feel like probably at age 3, I probably wasn't eating pizza, but yeah, I'd say around that you start. I'd say I ate 5 slices a week. Do you think that's
Okay.
overestimating?
No, you'll see my calculations here soon, but
Okay.
we're pretty close on that.
So we'll do 5 times 52 times 10, 2,600 plus 7,500. We're at 10,100.
10,100, your final number.
Yeah, and I feel like that's low.
That's pretty crazy, but I believe it. Like when you're talking me through that, I'm like, Okay, like especially considering, like you said last week, we haven't really touched on the fact that you're a picky eater until we talked about Thanksgiving, but we're talking about it again a week later, and I think you're just cementing it
Yeah.
even more. Yeah.
I'm here cooking for myself, I ain't got
Uh-huh.
time to fucking whip up fucking some meals, I'm just opening up the freezer, getting a frozen pizza. So
Yeah. No, I feel that. All right. I like that. I'm gonna say already I'm a little bit lower than you are, but I'll walk you through my process to get to my number. So, like you said, I started off with a little bit lower from ages 0 through 5. Just blanket, I said 50 slices. Because, even if you're a kid, you might be eating like a slice at a time. You cut it up, whatever. It's just like you,
yeah.
that's baby numbers comparing to the number I'm eating like a week the older I've got. So then this is a pretty big range, but from ages 5 to 13, I said I was probably doing 4 slices a week, right? I think that's a fair guess. You said 5, right? So I think we're pretty close on that. I just did the quick math. I did 50 weeks. There's more than 50 weeks, whatever. 50 weeks, the years, and 4 slices to get 1,800 slices there in that time period. I put a couple of things in consideration here. First off, when I was, growing up, I went to CCD, Catholic Church Wednesday night classes for those of you who aren't familiar. And sometimes we'd have like pizza parties. And I remember me and this other kid, we would try to see who could eat the most monocles square slices. And we'd be getting the 20s, no question. Like they had to be pissed. Their church doesn't have a lot of money. We're just monocles pizzas aren't cheap. We're just running it up on them though, for real. Like we were taking out a pizza ourselves at least. Yeah, that
And
went in my
I
consideration
feel
there,
like I
but
feel
that's
like
an
that.
outlier. That's a rare
Yeah.
event.
Hmm.
And then as well, Second Avenue, our namesake, going to Ma's house after school, she'd be throwing in a little Totino's party pizza for me. I could put that a couple slices of that down like
That's
once a
what
week,
really
twice a
yeah.
week. Yeah, like you said, we're taking like all slices into consideration here, and there's so many different types of slices. The Totino's party slice, that's a pretty small slice compared to like, when you're sticking with frozen, like a DiGiorno slice, even, or like a deep dish slice. We got Giordano's and Champagne nearby, Chicago, obviously. So hit deep dish every now and then. So totally different slices we're talking about here. Then from ages 14 through 19, so like my high school into early college years, I went with 6 slices a week. You know, a few times a night at dinner, or going out to eat with my friends. That was pretty much the extent of my pizza eating in high school. But then you get to college. I will say, so this has early college. This does have my days living in the dorms at school and then having the dining center. You could get pizza whenever you wanted there, as much pizza as you wanted. It wasn't that good of pizza, or else this number might be higher. But I'd take a pizza, every now and then. They had cheesy garlic pizza for the ISU boys. You know what I'm talking about. That was elite. So I would eat a couple slices of that for sure. But other than that, I really wasn't eating pizza too much. But I still said 6 slices a week on average. Then 20 to 24. This is definitely the highest pizza eating of my life. I've said 8 slices a week plus a 500, just because I think 8 a week is low. So I threw an extra 500 in there. But living in an apartment on my own, I would go grocery shopping and I would buy 4 for 10 of Jack's pizzas, and I would just be throwing those things in the oven, putting them down easy. If not for one meal, maybe two, but those Jack's pizzas were just gone. I was running those up, and that's 8 slices, 6 slices. We got different like counts of how many slices of pizza is too.
Yeah.
So I think that's important to consider here as well. Um, yeah, but that puts me at 6,150 slices. And I definitely agree that that is a low number. Like, I don't know what the real number is, but I think if you set the line there, I'm still taking the over.
I also like another factor I didn't throw in, along with me burning a pizza at work, I would typically usually take home a pizza at a half off discount twice a week, I would say. And
Mm.
that may be on the low side there. So like
Yeah,
it
you run it up. You had way more like proximity to pizza. Your proximity to pizza is off the charts. You could get that pizza whenever you wanted it, basically. I had to go to the store, I had to order it, you had that pizza just right
I'm
in front of you.
I'm confidently putting myself in like a top percentile of pizzas eaten for my age. Like
I believe that 100%. Like, I put my money on you. Uh, You know, I think that's a good segue. We're talking about, percentages and all that kind of stuff. Look at today's topic. I mean, I don't want to cut that short, but the segue was too good. Today we're doing a look at our Spotify Wrapped, Apple replays, as well as some of yours. Some of you sent yours in to our producer Devin. We say producer for those of you that are new here. He's not, whatever. He's not on the books yet, but that's a real one. We
Yeah.
can ask him to get something done for us, and we trust him. So yeah, Devin got some of your Spotify Wraps and blocked out one artist name, and then we're gonna guess who the missing artist is. But yeah, like I said, the segue there with percentages, Spotify Wrap, showing what percentage you are of an artist. So I think we should just get into it. Let's see what your Apple replay was looking like first, though.
Okay, so let's kick it off with artists. I feel like that's a good starting point. My number one artist, the GOAT, Kanye. We're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
Number two, we got Drake.
Another GOAT.
Number three, we have Mac Miller, which Drake actually just passed Mac Miller. Initially, it was flipped around there where Mac was at 2 and Drake was at 3. Number 4, we got Brockhampton. And number 5, we have Vince Staples. Obviously, a huge year for Vince, huge year for Brockhampton. I feel like those are the outliers there where you see Kanye and Drake in nearly every year of mine since I've done it. And then Mac, I kind of got a little bit more into Mac this year. So another outlier there versus, Kanye and Drake just solidified.
For sure. That's a solid group. So what you were saying, I had a question about. You said that Mac just passed Drake. Does Apple replay like update throughout the year or like as the year goes on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Send them
so like Spotify Wrapped is okay.
Yeah.
But Spotify Wrapped is set. And so that means also like Brockhampton, those streams from TM and the family just counted, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Whereas on Spotify, I think they ended on October because even, if you follow us on Instagram, you saw our Spotify Wrap for Second Avenue Pod and it said 39 episodes and we're on like 44 or something. This is 44. So I think it ended in the end of October like it had in past years where I saw it was supposed to go further this year. Which makes sense that Brockhampton wasn't on mine because I also saw a lot of Brockhampton this month, and I thought that was going to push them onto my top 5. Spoiler alert. But yeah, sorry to interrupt you there.
Oh, you're all right. But those were my top 5 artists out of the 684 I've listened to this year. Moving on though, let's go to songs. So number 1, initially it was "Love Me for Life" by Brockhampton, and it was tied with "The Blues" by Vince Staples. The Blues by Vince Staples is edging it out at 1 now. So those two have flipped around. Number 3, we have "Sundown Town" by Vince Staples. Another banger there
so far. Okay.
He ruled the year, as almost say, with 4 coming in "When Sparks Fly," and then number 5, we got "Free the Homies." So
yeah, Ramona Park been on repeat for you, I guess.
Yeah, phenomenal album. We'll see where it's gonna rank. When it does, but yeah, it's definitely one of my top albums of the year. Going into my top 5 albums of the year, though, or top 5 listened to. Yeah, we got number 1, Ramona Park, "Broke My Heart." Number 2, "It's Almost Dry" by Pusha T. Number 3, "Swimming" by Mac Miller. Number 4, "Ginger" by Brockhampton. And then number 5, "Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers" by Kendrick Lamar. So obviously those first 4 make a lot of sense. And then Kendrick in there as well. Just a phenomenal project drop this year. So
and you got 3 2022 albums on there. So 3 phenomenal albums from 2022 I'll add there as well. But yeah, I love to see that as well as the Ginger. I mean, a couple years old along with Swimming, but classics. So
yeah, no, that was like the final of the year. I got like super into Mac and kind of had that little phase at the mid halfway through the year, I'd say. And then Brockhampton, obviously the band ending, it was only right that they were bumped all year. So
for sure. Okay, that's pretty fire.
Total minutes listened to here. I'm not sure. I feel like this is, I don't know how accurate it is, because when I was checking, I check periodically, like probably like a few weeks before, and I was right at the like 69,000 mark. So I'm at least hitting 70K. But then when this came out, it said I had 100K. So the only way that I could justify that is if it added it in my PlayStation minutes, like it did. Yeah. So I could see that. I could see where that huge number comes in. But I don't know. We'll just call it 100K, I guess. 100K minutes. That's
You
pretty.
have to, man. Numbers don't lie. So I'll stick with it. And, I got some gripes about my numbers. So we'll get into that later. But yeah, 100K is super impressive. Like, I saw one person with 170,000, and that blew my mind. But other than that, like 100 is one of the highest I've seen this year for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to just throw on music. Like at work, I'll just listen to music throughout the day, or I drive a lot to all these different places, stuff like that. So, I was putting in the time this year for
For
sure.
sure. Uh, I mean, yeah, I came to see you the other day at work and you had an AirPod in. So, I mean, that just those numbers that add up. So, I feel like there were some spots where I didn't listen as much as I had to in past years, but I feel like my changes weren't that significant, but my number was. So, with that being said, I guess let's get into mine a little bit here. I'll start off with my number. My number this year was 46,018 minutes, which is shockingly low, I will say. The past 2 years, I've been over 60,000. I think I was at 68,000 one of those 2 years, and then like 63. So not even like just 60. There's a couple extra
Yeah,
thousands there too. So to drop 20,000 basically, I just don't understand how that happened. It's a stat, so it has to be true, I guess, but I don't
a
know. The only thing I can
rush.
think of maybe is I used to play Xbox more and I'd listen while I'd play games, but I don't think that was that many minutes really. Not 20,000 minutes. So not sure where that came from. And even when I play 2K now, I'll still throw on music sometimes on my Xbox. So yeah, 20,000 just gone somehow to total 46. 46 still a pretty good number. It put me in like the 90th percentile on Spotify. So cool, but I thought it'd be higher. Then I'll go into my top songs next. Starting off, we got two songs from Lucky here. We got Super Eurus and we got Coincidence. Then a nice track from Sonder. We got One Night Only. Shout out to Brent. Brent goes crazy on all those Sonder tracks. Number four, we got Bliss by Young Lean and FKA Twigs. One of my favorite tracks of the year. Spoiler alert for the end of the month recaps and the end of the year recaps. But great track, underrated track for sure. And then five, we got a classic I've just been listening to steadily for the past couple years. That's E. coli by The Alchemist with Earl. Great track.
It is fire there. I like that Earl love there at the end there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm super excited to get into like our top 10 albums of the year, top 10 songs that you had just mentioned there with the Young Lean track there.
For sure. All right, let's get my top five artists. I'll go number five to number one. Number five, Kanye West. So much Kanye music I listen to that it inevitable he's going to be on there somewhere. Number four, Kendrick Lamar. This is the first year Kendrick's made on
Ooh.
my Spotify Wrapped. Obviously, I've listened to Mr. Morale a lot when it came out, as well as, just a lot of his songs steadily throughout the year. Number three, Vince Staples, second year in a row making my top five. Love to see that. One of my favorites. Number two, The Weeknd. He's a two-time number one spot holder on my Spotify rap. So number two, good placement for him. And then this year, number one, a first time number one person on my Spotify Wrapped, Brent Fayez. I was
Yeah, I
top
really
0.5% with Brent.
I really like if I were to guess three or four artists, it would have been, Vince, Brent, Kanye, and The Weeknd, and then Kendrick Lamar threw me that's curveball there. I didn't expect him to see so high, but obviously with Mr. Morale just being such a great project, I'm not too surprised.
Yeah, there was a lot of people I thought could have been there over Kendrick. I thought maybe Steve Lacy. I thought uh, maybe Lucky. I mean, I got my top two songs are by Lucky. I've listened to Lucky a lot this year. I don't know. There's a lot of people that could make that, but yeah, shout to Kendrick. I mean, he deserves it, obviously. And then to go to my number of artists, you mentioned yours. Mine was 1,257 artists. So a lot of variety out there. So
Mhm.
love it. So, but even though it's lower minutes, probably more artists than I've listened to in the past. So, makes up somewhere. A little bit of a flex. All right, but I think that's enough about us. Let's get on to you guys. What did your Spotify Wraps look like? We got a couple of them Devin got from you guys for us. So let's take a look at the first one here. We both have them pulled up here. They're separate documents with the blanked out ones and then the revealed ones. So no cheating going on behind the scenes here, I promise. Let's take a look at the first Spotify Wrapped. All right, this person, top five artists. Number one, Flip Turn. Number two, Zach Brown Band. Number three, Foo Fighters. Number five, Glass Animals. And we got to guess number four. This person listened to 42,000 minutes. All right. I know who this person is from their number one artist. I'll tell you who it is. I don't know if it'll help you, but this is my friend AJ. AJ knows one of the guys in the band Flip Turn, went to see him at Lollapalooza, all that stuff. So he's the only person that I think listens
Mhm.
to us that would have Flip Turn as a number one artist.
Uh,
So I have a little bit of advantage here knowing his taste, right?
I
I'll tell
mean,
you
yeah,
that.
like the
Yeah,
only like music that I could relate to AJ is we're saving the J Cole episode for him, so that's
we
gonna be my
are.
guess. That's gonna be my guess there, J Cole. I don't think it's correct, but
I was gonna go J. Cole, but I don't want to go J. Cole because the name looks like it goes longer than J. Cole.
yeah.
Um, but he's got the Jackie on there. I love seeing him with the Glass Animals on his Spotify rap because we saw Glass Animals like 2017 LOL when we were waiting for Chance. So that's like the person I associate with Glass Animals. So that's fire. I'm gonna go with somebody random here. So yeah, like I said, I got an advantage. She's got a girlfriend, and I think this could be somebody they listen to together. I'm gonna go with MGK
I like that.
because it's kind of in the like,
The realm of that.
it's in the realm of some of these people, but he's like get the mainstream touch. So
Yeah.
all right, AJ's number four artist was Jermaine Cole. Okay, you
Oh
won that one.
yeah.
I was
Let's
trying to go for
go.
a loop here. The name looked longer because of the way Devin scribbled it out. So that was
I,
good to throw me off right there. I kind of gave you the layup there on J. Cole, but
I mean, that
because
was like
it
the
was
only.
pretty different from everybody else on his list. So if we weren't able to tell it was him, we wouldn't have known, I don't think.
Yeah, I like knowing the name of the person just because you kind of it'd just be too hard just to based off that because J Cole has little to no association to the other artists on there. So
No, he like zero. The only way you could get it maybe is from his number four song being the Jackie. Okay,
yeah,
that was a tough one, but let's move on to the next one. This person has number one, Earl Sweatshirt, number two, Bones, number three, we don't know, number four, Freddie Gibbs, and number five, Kanye West. Number two, Kyle Warren is the person here.
okay. So I mean, I don't know Kyle too well. Like obviously, one of your more of your friends there, but B Granados is in town. He's talking about Kyle put him on to Saba. Saba had a huge
Ooh,
project this year. And I mean, he's just saying Kyle was just showing love to Saba before anyone else. So I'm gonna lock in with that answer there.
okay. I like that. Kyle and I, we haven't hung out too much over the past like few years. Like it's been a little minute since we've been like pretty close, but I'm going with Pusha T here. I
I
think,
like
there's that Freddie Gibbs tie-in. He's got some like lyrical rappers like Earl. I think Pusha T is kind of the middle child there. So going off those artists, I could see it being Push. He got the album this year. Yeah.
I like that. That's a real good guess. That fits the vibe that he's got going there. So
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see who it is. Ooh, it was MF Doom. Okay,
ooh,
that's
that's
a
a good
good
pick.
one.
Yeah, you
That
can't
makes
go wrong with
sense.
that.
No, that makes a lot of sense. That's a good one. Let's move on to number three. Number one artist, MGK. Number two, Lil Baby. Number four, Kanye West. Number five, Future. And number three, let's see. This person is Jack Simpson. Shout out to the boy. What we got here? What are your thoughts?
It's gotta be a little Kodak or Juice World.
Ooh,
Just based off the top five songs, I'm riding with Juice World here.
that's who I was going to go with.
All
You got a
right,
lot of Juice World songs. Let's go Juice World. And it is Juice World. Okay.
there we
So
go.
you're up 2-1 here. Okay. Shout out to Jack. That's a good list. Some good tracks there for sure. And good artists as well. Next person. Number one, Kanye West. Number two, Casey Musgraves. Number three, Kendrick Lamar. Number four, we're gonna find out. And number five, Tyler Childers. And I know this is Levi Triplo. Shout out to the boy as well. That Tyler Childers, Casey Musgraves combo could only be him with
Yeah.
the rap. And see, this is the thing. There's so many raps that are getting posted on this day. I know I saw his, but I don't remember. I remember I saw to have made a comment about Casey Musgraves because I love some Casey, but I don't know who this other artist could be. Obviously, on his songs here, he's got 3 songs by Casey. I don't know who Firm Foundation is, and then JPEG Mafia with Rebound. I don't think it'd be JPEG Mafia.
Yeah,
I would have remembered that.
So you know what? I don't have too much association, Levi. You know, this is another one of your friends here. We did go to a Baby Keem concert though. I
Hmm.
I don't think it's Baby Keem though.
Mm-mm.
I'm going
I'll tell you, I don't
King.
think it is.
I'm going King Push here. That's
King
another. No,
Push. We did go sing
yeah,
King Push together, so there
it's
could be
too the
some
name's too
makes
short to be
sense.
Brockhampton. That's another association there that but yeah,
Hmm.
I'm going Push the T for me.
This is so tough. I don't want to offend him too, because we're good friends. So if I say somebody that he's like, I don't even listen to that person, it's a bad look. All right, this is a bad guess. I just don't know who it could be. I'm gonna go with Drake. Drake's just like he just sneaks up on people's rap. You know what I mean? It
It's
might not
easy
be
for him.
right.
Yeah,
I know. And he had 2 albums this year. Levi, he's a social guy. He's having some parties, some pre-games at his house. I feel like Drake just might make a little appearance. Oh, actually, I kind of look at the weekend. I'm switching up right now. I'm going the weekend. That's who I'm going with from Levi. Let's see. It was Pearl Jam.
oh wow.
Yeah, we weren't going to guess that.
Kevin Root somewhere smiling.
Yeah, he is. That's the exact person I thought of as well. Pearl Jam was just so wild there. We were not going to get that. I knew Drake was a bad guess as soon as I said it because he's not even like a Drake fan like that. But like I said, he's just one of those guys who could just sneak up
Creep
on
up.
you on your
Yeah,
Spotify rap. So that was why I went with that. But then the weekend was a better guess. But Pearl Jam, I was never going to get that.
I
So
respect it though.
yeah, it's a good variety there for sure. Let's move on to the next one here. We got an Apple replay. Shout out to some diversity here. I know you're loving that.
Yeah, yeah.
This one,
Shout out my boy
number one.
BG.
Yep. Shout out to BG here on this one. Number one, Kanye West. Number three, Polo G. Number four, Zach Bryan. And number five, Flatbush Zombies. There's some variety here. Zach Bryan, I don't know who that is, I'll be honest. I'm assuming
Country
he's like
singer, I think.
country.
Yeah, I
Country?
think. Yeah, I
I
think. Yeah.
would think so as well, based on the name and his little picture. So that's a big outlier here. Could we see two country artists here? I don't know. This one
Not
probably has to be
likely.
over 1,000 minutes, probably. So you got to listen to a decent amount. And, like you were saying with Kyle putting Brendan on, I could see Saba here. I'm going to go with Saba as my guess. I don't know if it'll be right, but that's who I'm feeling.
I'm going with King Push here.
Ooh, okay.
I know he's got to be somewhere on here. If he's not in this five, he's six. So,
Okay. Let's see. Ooh, it was J. Cole.
oh, I fumbled hard on that because damn. Okay, well he's pushes T six.
Okay. I believe it. All right. You're still up 2-1 here on me. Let's move on to the next one. This person's number one artist is blanked out. Who is this person? Our cousin Sammy, former, guest on the pod back at the very start. Let's see what she's got. Number one, blanked out. Number two, Mac Miller. Number three, Lil Uzi Vert. Number four, Drake. And number five, Steve Lacy. Where's your head at on this one?
I'm between two artists here. Tyler the Creator. I'm not sure if she's a big listener. Or The Weeknd.
I was thinking the weekend. I was
Yeah,
thinking both those people. They both crossed my mind.
I'm gonna go The Weeknd since The Weeknd dropped an album this year.
I kind of want to go
But how about
Tyler.
I'm gonna say Tyler actually because I feel like Tyler has just more music you go back to. Like The Weeknd, yes, he's got classics and everything, but I feel like you're not going back to like Be Behind the Madness as much, stuff like that.
Okay. I like Tyler. I don't want to copy you here, but
No,
I think I'm
we
going
were
to. Let's go.
we were
We're
in that same
doubling on Tyler.
headspace.
I'm doubling on Tyler. Both those people cross our mind. Okay. I'll go Tyler as well. Let's see. Ooh, number one was Baby Keem. That was another person that crossed my mind. We went to the Baby Keem concert. I thought it could be him. Oh, but he didn't drop this year. That was a thing.
Yeah,
Tyler didn't drop either. Keem. I feel like that
know
was a
she was
layup for
chill
both
like
of
that.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a layup for both of us when we
yeah.
fumbled. So that's
We
tough.
were those were very good. Like the two we had to narrow down to though. That was
I think
I was
so
very
too.
confident with. I was very confident it was one of those two. But
I like Tyler. Call Me If You Get Lost was only a year ago, so
yeah,
I still had that in rotation. I feel like a lot of people probably did. So I don't think Tyler was a bad guess, but Keem did cross my mind right away, but then it just went away. Okay, let's see the next one. This one is from my sister Lauren. Her Apple Music replay. Taylor Swift number one, Harry Styles number two, Casey Musgraves number three, and number four, Doja Cat. She made it like a thing that she was not going to tell me. Obviously, I didn't want her to, but she was going through it and she avoided the artist. She said songs and stuff. I don't remember any of them, honestly, at the top.
Yeah.
I think it was a lot of Taylor Swift. So I'm glad that that one is uncovered. And that was number one. So number 5 here, I think this is going to be a little bit more random. And I think I'm going to go with The Weeknd again. Like, I feel like I guess that on somebody else, but I'm going with The Weeknd.
I'm also feeling The Weeknd here. I don't know. It fits, the vibe there. Pop megastar. And yeah, I like it.
You
I
call
like
my
The
sister
Weeknd here.
basic?
No, I'm
Wow.
good.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, her number 5 was Adele. That's kind of surprising. I don't think I've ever heard her play
Another
Adele,
pop
but
megastar. Hey,
it is.
Adele fucking could creep up in my rankings like that. Adele just drops classics like nothing but. So
Okay. That's kind of fire. It's surprising. Next person, Lucas Hofer. Shout out to our fellow Range brother here. His number 1 artist, Polo G. Number 2, Morgan Wallen. Number 3, Drake. Number 4, DaBaby. And number 5, we're going to find out.
it's
You know
weird
Lucas
when
better
I
than I do. There's a
it's
very
weird.
weird mix.
It's weird when I hear Lucas listening to music. I mean, I that's like one of those people you just can't imagine listening to music. Like
Polo G at
imagine
number 1 does not make
imagine
sense to
Lucas
me.
Hofer sitting down, putting headphones in, and listening to Rap Star by Polo G.
Yeah,
Do
I'm
it.
not seeing it, but
Yeah.
I love it at the
Um,
same time. The
I'd
baby cracks me up. That's so
yeah,
funny. I don't know why.
he's got to have like just a song that he just bangs by the baby.
Yeah.
I'm keeping in the baby vibes here with Lil Baby though.
Ooh, okay. I think it has to be either not rap or a mainstream rapper. I'm gonna go with Travis Scott. I think that's just like a safe person. I don't know if it's safe for him, but just generally safe that it could be on anybody's.
I'd be pretty surprised.
I'm surprised to see Polo G. So
Yeah, no,
whatever.
this is a really wild. This is a wild card here. Like Polo G and the baby and Morgan Wallen on the same top 5 is bizarre.
His
Well,
number 5 is Halsey.
this is the most random 5 I've ever seen.
It is. This is so wild. Like, I guess you kind of got a lot of bases covered. Like if you're, trying to turn up, which I don't think that's his lifestyle. But you got the Drake, you got the Polo G, you got the baby, then you got the laid back country vibes, Morgan Wallen, and then you got the pop vibes. There's a lot of variety here. Okay, I don't know. I could not have told you who I would have guessed Lucas Hofer to listen to. But this is definitely pretty random. This is definitely more random than I would have expected.
Yeah, that is a bizarre group of 5.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the most random. Let's
Someone
move
is
on.
cooking it. Someone like on one of these rap Twitter pages is cooking his fucking replay right now.
Oh, for sure. Let's move on to the next one. Our cousin Jenna. Her number 1 artist, Taylor Swift. Number 2, Harry Styles. Number 3, we're going to guess. Number 4, Shawn Mendes. And number 5, Joji. I hate to play the card again, but I'm playing the Weekend card again. It has to be right one time, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to double down with you here, but I'm going to. I also like Adele is also in the back of my mind. Like Bombergers love Adele, so
They do. Joji, that's a good inclusion there from Jenna. I wouldn't have guessed that, but that's fire. Okay, the Weekend. Let's see who it is. I'm scrolling through, but I don't see another Apple Music. Let's get Devin on the line, I guess. Producer Devin, one of the replays here is missing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's our cousin Jenna's.
Should be in there.
I'm not seeing it, man. And we're guessing her number 3 person. If you just want to tell us.
Rex, Orange County.
Ooh, Rex,
Yeah,
Orange
sure.
County. Jenna's about to get canceled. Thank you, Devin, for trying to save our cousin's image. But Jenna, there's no comeback from this one. We're done with him. I know Kanye's done a lot of stuff, but Rex, we're done with him.
Yeah, I'm reporting this to
So I was like, oh.
every school district out there.
Rex, Orange County. Surprising. Rex,
That is-
good music,
we're
though, I
gonna
will say. I don't listen to him like that, but pretty good music.
We're gonna leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Awful person so far, though, until proven otherwise. Next person. This is Devin. Okay. His final one had to be himself. Number 1, MGK. Number 2, Drake. Number 4, Kanye West. And number 5, Dominic Fike. Okay. Devin's a man of variety here. You look at his songs, even. You got Otis. You got Running Up That Hill. You got No Church in the Wild. Maybe, which I'm not sure what that one is in 24, which I'm not sure off the top which one that is. But a lot of variety there from the Kate Bush to Watch the Throne. And you're up 2-1 on me, right?
Yeah.
So I won't go the same thing as you here, no matter what, no matter how right I think you are. So I'll let you go first, though, so you can play defense here.
Devin's not. I'll go with Mac
Ooh.
Miller.
Oh my God, that was just who I thought I was going to go with.
Oh, let's go.
I'm not going to go with Mac Miller, though. You're either going to beat me 3-1 or we're going to tie. Okay.
Devin's a wild card.
Devin is a wild card. It wouldn't be like Tyler the Creator. It probably wouldn't be Kendrick. It wouldn't be Travis Scott. I don't think these are just such different artists already that I know there's going to be someone either, it's very obvious or very random. There's no in between. I mean, he is Childish Gambino after all, so he could be Childish Gambino. Didn't put out music this year or even last year, so I'm going to go against that. I don't know. I kind of should go Mac Miller, although I don't want to tie, or I don't want to go the same one. We kind of want to have a chance here. Devin made me listen to a Tory Lanez song the other day. I don't think it'll be Tory Lanez.
My jaw would drop if it was Tory Lanez.
I know. I think we'd have to remove him from all association with Second Avenue Pod. I'm going Mac Miller, whatever. I can't think of anything better, and I think that might be the answer. So we'll go Mac Miller. Whatever. You're going to win either way at this point. Let's see who it was. Oh, it was A Boogie with the hoodie. I kind of remember seeing that now.
Hoodie season. Yeah, it was
okay. 2-1.
That was one you should have like.
I know it should have crossed
like
my mind, but it didn't.
Hail Mary play,
I should have been Doug Flutie retreating and just letting it fly, but no. Mac Miller felt like a safe guess, and I'll stand by that guess. But even if I would have gotten it right, I wouldn't have won, which is whatever is tough. But yeah, this is a pretty bad showing from us. I'll be honest. 1 for 10 from me and 2 for 10 from you. It's very hard to guess these though, even when you know the person.
Yeah, it's hard. It is a difficult thing. It was a lot easier when they had the songs to the side as well. Like that helped a lot. So it
did. It's kind of tough that you got, one of my best friends in AJ. That's not good, but whatever. That's basically got you the win.
AJ, if you're watching, did we just become best friends?
He'll probably watch us in like 3 months from now. So
yeah, insert the Step Brothers.
All right, GG's. That was tough. I like the guessing though. This is so good.
We're within the realm always though.
For the most part, yeah. So besides Lucas with Halsey, that was the most random one.
That's like you can't guess that. You can't forecast that. I could have guessed 1,000 artists and none of them would have been Halsey.
Halsey wouldn't even come to my mind, I don't think. No offense to her, but
no,
I wouldn't have thought her.
Got bangers, but
all right. Well, that was fun. Let's move on to the news this week, though. Let's start off with the releases as always. Projects this week from Metro Boomin, Babyface Ray, Lil Peep, Lil Mosey, Finesse 2 times, and then Babytron with a YouTube exclusive project because the samples could not be cleared. And the title reflects that. Then we got singles. IDK's Christmas song Cole finally added to all platforms. Corday, Toby, A$AP Rocky, Suicide Boys, Lil Skies, Nas and 21 Savage, Pink Panthers, and more. Very solid week for sure.
Super solid week. The Metro project was phenomenal. It's my list is made up for my top 10, and it may creep in there. It's not going to be like it's not going to be high. It sneak into like a 10 spot. It's definitely honorable mention worthy though. So I'll give it the nod right here, and it may be making it into that ranking. So other than that, another Lil Peep family W, releasing, just bringing more songs that he actually, approved and released, and bringing them to streaming platforms rather than coming up with bullshit out of half songs, just pop smoke.
No shade.
Sorry.
No shade.
Sorry.
By that,
but... no shade towards the artist there. RIP, of course. Just your families are trash. I'm not gonna hold back.
Yeah, I don't know. Peep family definitely does it right though. I'll stay with that. I mean, like you said, these are songs that Peep did, not finished songs, putting on like Travis Scott on it and Kanye on it just so it could blow up. Whatever. Shout out to Peep's family. Shout out to Lil Peep, RP, a legend.
They're doing it the right way for sure.
Facts. Some other good songs here though. I love the IDK Cole Christmas song. So fire. So I was an Apple Music exclusive, so I only heard it a couple of times because I'd just be like, "Oh, play that" if I was with somebody that had Apple Music. But I like that track. So glad to have it on Spotify now. The Nas and 21 Savage song was cool, as well as the Pink Panthers one. And then, I'll give my thoughts on Metro Boomin. I mean, that album was fire. The Weekend track, obviously, I'm going to love that. Travis did his thing. Everybody did their thing. So it was pretty good all around. I got to give it a couple more listens, though. I don't know if it's me making my end of the year list, but definitely a good listen. So go check that out if you haven't.
Super, super solid, of course. I'm just more every time, Travis is, doing tracks to Pharrell or, whoever he's getting featured with, 21 and Drake. Just so excited for Utopia. I posted on my private story. I think it was the night of or the morning of that release for Metro. Utopia is already a classic.
Not mad at that take. Not mad at that take. Obviously,
it's
he's
coming
back
Christmas Day or New Year's Eve.
I don't hate that, but he's coming back from some controversy. He's got to make a statement with this project. Travis has never missed on a project, so I don't expect anything but a great project here. I think this has potential to be even better than great, like iconic, classic off rip if he delivers. So we'll see.
Obviously, expectations are sky high coming off Astroworld, so we'll see what happens.
Then, I mean, we got some other, pretty big projects coming up here soon. We got a SZA album next week, which is funny because A Boogie moved off of Drake's release date. I assume he was trying to get the number 1 spot, moved on to SZA's date unexpectedly. Tough. SZA's definitely going number 1. People have been waiting for SZA for years. 100%.
Yeah.
She's going number 1.
My thing with like moving off Drake or like, even if there's like any controversy with this, like how many weeks out of the year is A Boogie going to be the number 1 album release? I love A Boogie. A Boogie is my guy, going to see him in concert February, but be for real right now. Be fucking for real.
Yeah. I don't know how many weeks he would go number 1, but I respect the ambition there. I mean, he is a pretty big artist, so obviously there is a chance, but
he's always going to have, just some slappers on his album. I love A Boogie for that. So I'm hoping my birthday week, I hope I'm banging his fucking album.
I hope so too. Then, I mean, another album coming soon here, Chief Keef, Finally Rich Deluxe version coming on the 16th. 10 years later. I mean, that's a very unexpected drop, but I'm not mad at that. I like that.
No, yeah, definitely. I was just giving Baby Keem shit for giving a deluxe a year later. Chief Keef.
Chief Keef was listening.
He was listening.
Yeah, 10 years is crazy. But I feel like at 10 years, it's kind of like it's like a look back. More a year, it's like kind of what are you doing? But 10 years, it's like we're
like an anniversary.
10 years.
It's an anniversary edition. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So more than deluxe anniversary edition. So cool. 10 years of classic.
What were you doing 10 years ago?
10 years ago, I was 14, so I was in like 8th grade or a freshman in high school. Not much, man. I was cooling it, playing some COD, probably sitting the bench at basketball. I don't know. I wasn't doing too much. Chief Keef was making hits, though. We're like the same age.
Yeah.
Chief Keef was a young bull putting these out.
No, for sure. Like, especially, just crazy. It's 10 years with this. 10 years ago, the world was ending. I was scared for my life. I remember my birthday was on 12/12/12, and since it was like the last triple dated, they're like, this is the end of the world, or it's gonna be the 21st as well, end of the Mayan calendar. Oh, I was shitting bricks for weeks. I was like, God damn.
It definitely crossed my mind. I remember it,
bro.
I remember I was in Kankakee with my family. I think we went out to dinner, and I remember like sitting in a parking lot, and like it was a really nice sunset, and I was like, this really might be it.
Yeah. Storybook ending here. I guess. But yeah, I mean, 10 years ago, I was worried about the world ending. Like you said, probably playing some COD on the PS3. And then, like this is the last COD I probably ever played. I don't know if Modern Warfare 3 or was Black Ops around this time, but Modern Warfare 3 was
2012. I think it'd be Black Ops 2.
Yeah. Yep. I didn't have a Black Ops 2 for Christmas yet, so I was grinding Modern Warfare 3. And I never got Black Ops 2 for Christmas. So that was my last COD till now. But I was just playing basketball too. Just those the life back then. Yeah.
And Chief, he was making millions. He was finally rich, and we were just doing our thing, trying to get gold camos. He was trying to get gold chains. So lives were very different there. All right, last piece of news here. ASAP Rocky performing with Amazon Music Live on the 8th. Coming up really soon here. Do you think we're going to get an album announcement? You know, some new songs played here? What are your expectations with this performance or ASAP Rocky in the future?
I'd put him right at Q1 with Travis with his
Mhm.
with his brother Travis. A lot of you guys may not know they're actually brothers. I hope Q1 because I don't want it to like. I'd hate for an album to release the end of this year, and then it not be
Mhm.
included in my 2023 next year. You know, after
Mhm.
all the excitement I had doing this year. So
I know. I feel that might be revisions if something drops like the week of the 28th
yeah, that's like
or whatever. We'll see
when
though.
Travis drops that Christmas week to New Year's Eve. Yeah,
There you go. There you go. But yeah, I think ASAP Rocky coming at any time. I'm with you on Q1. Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for Rocky. It's been a minute. Love Rocky. Been a fan of Rocky forever. So know he's gonna drop fire. Want to see Rocky in concert next time he's around. I think he's one person I want to see. I know you had a good experience seeing him, so I got to see him.
Greatest experience I've had. Although Sat was awful, but not get into that too much.
Good times, good times,
nothing. That's like not his fault though. So
Yeah,
he was playing a lot of
true.
unreleased stuff. So some of these tracks I've heard. I've been
That's a
there.
flex.
So.
I love hearing an unreleased track, so that's fire. Yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up the episode this week, though. Next week, guys, it's a big one. Elijah's birthday episode. The boy is becoming a man. He's turning 21. So we thought, it's only right. You only get one 21st birthday. We're going to try some rapper alcohols. Some alcohols mentioned in rap songs, some rapper owned alcohols. It's going to be a good one. The first, after hours type second half pod episode. It's going to be instant classic. I'm saying
I hope
it
I'm
now.
slobbering at the end.
We'll see. It's going to be a good one.
I hope I'm barely making it through this outro here.
It's going to be a good one. That's all I know. So don't miss that. We'll see you guys next week I'm going to say right now, it will be the best episode we've ever put out. So come back next week.
You heard it here first. Come back next week to hear the best episode from Second Avenue Podcast.
I will say, though, it's one you probably got to watch on YouTube for it to be like even better.
Yeah.
Hopefully we make it interesting to listen to as well.
Watch the boy turn into a man this coming week.
It's going to be a sight to see, but we'll see you guys next week. Peace.